If you're having an existential crisis, this podcast might be for you. It's quite distracting. As I understand, it's gonna be pretty good, like chocolate.
Pollywoo.
Fuck yeah.
Season 1!
Relax your anus.
Hello! Hello, Polly Nicole.
Hi, Guy Turner.
Welcome to Pollywoo, Season 2. No, Season 1, Episode 2.
Yeah.
Probably could have done a season in the time it's taken to do Episode 2.
Yeah, I think most people are on Season 3.
Welcome back, all potentially 101 of you. That's how many views we got for Episode 1.
And I have it on good authority that a friend only watched the first 5 minutes.
Yep, those views count. Don't they, Dave?
Yep. Merry Christmas to you all.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently we posted it at the wrong time.
When should you post a podcast?
When people are on their commute,
Okay.
not while they're at their job trying to work.
Well, this thing's not going to be around until people are commuting again to work. So there's New Year's podcast.
We got a lot of feedback. Well, not a lot, but we got feedback.
3 bits of feedback.
Well,
We've got a number 1 fan.
hang on, though.
No?
I think before we go out to the wider audience, there's some notes that I have about how I thought we did. Polly, last time, I think you may be too hungover. I don't know how you feel about that. Do you feel like that's
I'd say accurate.
merited?
Yeah, there's ground.
You feeling less hungover today?
I think Dave the Rave was probably pretty hungover too, just to
Well,
clarify.
I'm glad you brought Dave the Rave up, because generally, Dave, feedback was really positive.
Woo!
I think we could use more Dave.
Yeah.
Like, we could literally use more Dave. So if you want to make yourself a bit bigger, dear Dave, maybe not that
Not
big.
that big.
They big? Not that big? Okay. Ego's not that big.
Yeah, that's a good size. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thanks, guys.
Screen space.
And on being everyone's favourite part. There's no jealousy on this sofa.
It's a little bit of jealousy on the sofa. So seeing as everyone loves you, Dave, why don't you tell us more? We hear there's some feedback.
Feedback's from the fans. We've got a Meg Yardley. Keen to see number 2. Sorry this taken so long, Meg. We've got an unnamed family member that said, just, I don't get it.
Okay.
Yep, you won't be named. And Polly's mum said it was amusing. Shout out to Wink and Bertie. You guys are great. Keep supporting the show.
Thanks, Wink. Thanks, Meg.
You guys are the best.
Thanks for demanding another episode.
On at least 2 occasions, maybe even 3.
Yeah, that makes you our biggest fan.
Yep.
Fake podcast, real people. So what's everyone been up to? I feel that it's Christmas time. So Polly Nicole wanted to share something with us, a diagram that she'd seen.
Oh, it's my favourite meme of the week
Okay.
/ the last 3 months.
Okay. Tell us more. I'm seeing on the screen.
It's a Venn diagram.
Yep.
How often do you see pirates, Santa and gangster rappers all in the same vicinity?
Pirates and gangsters say yo-ho. Is that how that works? Is that the crossover between gangster rappers and pirates?
Yep.
As they only say yo-ho.
But with different nuances.
Yeah. And Santa only ever says ho. That's all he ever brings.
Only when he's with the gangster rapper.
Or when he's by himself. Or when he's with pirates.
Isn't gangster Santa usually by himself?
Ho 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 only exists when he's with gangster rappers and pirates.
Santa only says ho. Well, thanks. I mean, I think that's valuable.
It's the best Christmas meme.
It'd be nice if we could just share with our 101 minus rewatch viewers and Meg and Wink.
No, Wink's only watched it once. And only because I put it on the TV for her. She wouldn't know how to find this.
Okay. So, hey, Meg, just in case you've been wondering what we've been up to.
It was Christmas.
Been Christmas. Dave, I understand you've been trying to teach your dog how to dance to carols. Is that correct? What's the name of the dog?
Name of the dog's Birdie. Christmas dog.
Christmas dog.
Oh, Christmas dog.
All right, let's go on.
La, 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 La 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 la.
Wow, short but sweet.
Sure, yep. Birdie's been behaving.
Can you try and teach Bertie a song once a week? Like a new song?
A new song.
I would like that to be a permanent segment.
What else? Polly, you've been hiking. You're getting ready for some mountaineering.
Yep, hiked in the rain. Thought I was going to die.
How windy was it?
It was very windy. It was so windy that some random men on the track managed to get their piss horizontal.
So you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Wow, that's a raging stream.
It's my fisherman jacket.
Mentally, where were you at this point? You look like you're smiling.
Oh no, this was very early on, very chipper.
This is all good.
This was before the angry wind where I thought I was going to die. And I asked if anyone had checked the weather before we left. Oh yeah, what have you been up to?
Oh, I had some friends around.
Did you?
And I got on a waiting list to go to the darts and Ali Pally. I was always wanted to really enjoy English culture. You know, just the best parts of England being English. And
we'll go to a football game next time.
I've been to one of those, but the darts is next level. I think I managed to get together some footage for the fans. You know, they're wondering whether the darts is for them.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you wear that wig for this podcast?
Oh, well, I could have.
Yeah.
I quite like that wig.
Yeah, it makes you look wise.
I was like a disco granny, but I was felt very like Kath from Kath and Kim.
You look like Kath from Kath and Kim.
So much so that I power walked home from the darts. Got a lot of toots.
You did actually.
That's one of my favourite things I've achieved this year.
We're getting home from the darts.
Got it in just before the end.
Yeah.
We've got following on the Christmas theme, we've got some discussion around Love Actually.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, from the same people, Dave, if you bring it up, from the same page, got sent this.
The same Instagram fella.
Yeah, it's playing now. I am 30 as... Ho, ho, ho! Should say a phone. So generally, I thought this is quite funny. YouTube doesn't like earphones.
Does it not?
No. Yeah, Love Actually is kind of, when you look at it critically, quite problematic. As I think this guy George Fox articulates really well. Point one. Oh yeah, the Prime Minister. All the Prime Minister wants to do is have sex with an insubordinate employee.
Or you could argue a very attractive lady.
A very attractive lady doesn't mean the Prime Minister should.
No.
I mean, I don't know. That's the kind of thing you imagine would be on the front of the paper. And then yet Colin Firth, same story.
But worse.
And has no conversation with her at any point other than, will you marry me? But this is the one that jumped out. I fully forgot this when Emma Thompson tells what's his face?
Her brother,
literally the day after a funeral, stop crying or don't cry. No one has sex. If they cry, don't get shagged. I didn't actually believe it, Dave, but I think if we found the clip and you did some research and
Love Actually sissies. Are you ready?
Ridiculous waste. And now it's going to ruin Sam's life as well. I just don't know.
Get a grip. People hate sissies.
I've just seen a flaw. They're supposed to be siblings.
Yeah.
But he's got a Northern Irish accent.
Yeah, good point.
No one's ever going to shag you if you cry all the time.
Ooh.
That's the issue you have with the clip, is the disparities in accents.
Oh, it's just not believable, is it?
That movie gets watched by millions of people every Christmas.
Yeah, but no one's ever picked up on that line before.
Well,
how old is this movie?
Delivery is everything.
You had to go and find the clip because you were like, I don't think this is real.
I didn't watch it this year.
Okay. I didn't watch it this year.
Do you know what I did watch this year, though?
The Grinch.
The Grinch. Although I think it's technically called something else, Dave. I think it's called like The Grinch That Stole Christmas, or How the Grinch...
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Yeah. It's always been called that.
Because there are other movies called The Grinch.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the good old Jim Carrey.
The best one.
Yeah. You've got some notes on this, though, haven't you?
I do, but also the book, I think, is actually called The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. It's not just The Grinch. Fun fact about Dr. Seuss is...
A few moments later.
Great fact. But what did you learn? What did you learn about...
Oh, from the same guy, probably on the Venn diagram and the Love Actually thing. He did a thread on the entire town bullied him his entire life. And so his villain phase was for good reason.
Sorry, so we're talking about how the Who's are the worst people in the history of ever, right?
Yes.
And how this movie is potentially a metaphor for horrific discrimination.
Yes.
Yeah. I did watch this recently. I genuinely thought the older you get, the more relatable the Grinch becomes. You're like, actually, good on you.
Do you not think the Grinch has always been relatable? Is not everyone rooting for him?
No, I think when you're a kid, you're like, oh, he has ruined Christmas. Only bad people would ruin Christmas. And as an adult, you're like, those Who's, man, they had it coming ages ago.
But do you think then we're saying that children are more self-centered because they are?
Well, yeah, but then actually, of all the people that aren't self-centered in that whole movie, it's the little who's
girl.
like, there's got to be more than Christmas and presents.
Where are you, Christmas?
Exactly. You know?
Yeah, but there's always an exception to the rule.
Fine. Doesn't explain, though.
Cindy Lou Who is the exception to the narcissist kid rule.
Doesn't explain, though.
'Cause I've got a golden ticket.
Wrong movie. It doesn't explain, though, really, does it? How, like, those two elderly Who's, when he loses his temper and runs away.
But they don't come and look for him.
And at no point Dave's gone rogue.
Well, I got really excited this year because I thought they might be a female romantic couple. And that movie's quite old. And I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Are they a romantic
But even
couple?
if that is the case, they are
still
still
terrible parents.
people who are like, oh, well, he's run away. I will not look for him.
Yeah.
Even though he's clearly a child.
But represent.
And there's one scene in particular, which I think you quite like as well.
Yes.
Which
blew up on TikTok.
Which
Because
you really
everyone
relate
relates to it.
Dave, do you have it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Grinch just being very relatable, please.
Which is really the whole movie.
Of course, if I bumped the loathing to 9, I could still be done in time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness. But what would I wear?
Oh, true story. That happened by accident.
And that's why he got so angry.
So he was supposed to just rip everything off in the script, and he accidentally nailed the thing where you take it out. And so he just improvs running back and one.
It's not a dress, it's a kilt! Sicko! Stupid. Ugly. Out of date! This is ridiculous. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going!
I literally feel like that most days.
I love the smile so much.
Ooh. That's it, I'm not going.
So my favourite thing from this Grinch thread that I found is the following.
One eternity later.
Dave, do we need to cut over to you at some point to Rave Central?
Oh yeah, can we do the pint thing? Tell us about pints.
Yeah.
Pints.
Yeah. Let's go over to the Central. Let's see more of this rave that you're at. I'm dying to know.
Oh,
do you want to tell us about the pints first, or
Pints.
Dave, have you left the rave since 4 months ago? Or are you still there?
Well, I was at Tomorrowland for the summer, but I've come up north, the rave scene, UK. As you can see, I've made lots of friends. They do a lot of this. They dance a lot faster than I'm used to. But they're all very friendly, especially the fella with no hair.
It's like the Hacienda in bloody the 90s.
I've also gone back in time to the Hacienda. Love the Hacienda, but
Is that the famous Manchester
I mean,
one?
that haircut's back in.
see, there's my main man. Oh, this guy, he's doing it.
He looks like Spud from Train.
Oh, is this guy just got a newspaper going on?
He looks like Spud from Train Spotting.
He does look a bit Train Spotting.
All right. I mean, it's great that you're having a great time and you're raving your little heart out, but I think you had something serious you wanted to talk us through.
Oh, very, very serious.
Oh, no. More Rishi.
Rishi's back. Rishi's back.
Where is Rishi?
The problem is, Rishi's back with the pints. Last time he was having issues pouring pints. Now there's a suggestion from the Tory party about pints of wine. It's getting a bit of backlash. There seems like there's a lot of people just saying that it's like a Brexit move. Look at what we got out of Brexit. A lot of backlash from wine growers saying no one's going to want the bottles. Who's going to make a pint bottle when you already got good bottles? And a lot of slash back from people about the metric system. People going, well, what's the point of having a pint? It's outdated. So,
don't be started.
Is that true?
Yeah, really.
Pint metric system thing?
Yeah, there's been a push to bring it back now that we're not in the EU, but very unpopular.
So how would you order a pint on the metric system?
You wouldn't. You'd go order a 500 probably.
Oh.
So I don't see that changing, but there's now opportunity for wine growers and others to bring wine into a pub and off license in a pint size.
Wait, can you point to Rishi for us?
Yeah. Oh. Got him!
Got him gone. Back to the studio, guys.
If that doesn't happen every time, I'm going to be so upset.
He's going to nail it one day, I'm sure.
What's next? Where are we at?
Well, looping back to the first episode, and I thought we did some really good constructive work together when I was your problematic.
When you're staying on my sofa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I need your help this time.
And you couldn't kick me out. But you did. I felt like optimistic about your ability to go out there and be more assertive in the world.
Combat the world.
It's been a while, so the world wants to know. Has it seen a more assertive you?
I think I did one assertive thing.
Okay.
In the last 4 months, which is better than none.
It's one better than none.
Yep. But I did want to ask. I was thinking about when we went and ate burgers before the comedy show ages ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I was bitching about the burger because it was quite bad. And then the fella came over and said, "How is your burger?" And I said, excellent.
Yeah.
And I wonder how you can be more truthful in that scenario without hurting their feelings. Because I didn't want to tell him it was the worst burger I've ever had.
It depends how far you want to go with it. You could be like, yeah, wasn't my favourite, but it's a Green King movie. I don't know.
It was edible.
It was borderline edible. But how do you get...
You can say that.
They're asking for feedback. Okay, can you be the waiting person and the person eating the burger?
Okay. Hi, how was everything?
Can I be frank?
Sure, yeah, I'd love that.
It was a little undercooked. Overcooked. Okay. Overcooked. Too cooked.
Okay. Well, hey, thanks for the feedback. Here's a free drink.
Oh, great.
Please don't give us a bad Google review.
Can I tell you about my 3D assertiveness now? This was more a 3-dimensional assertiveness, where at an art exhibition at the Marina Abramovich art exhibition, I got the opportunity to walk naked. No, I wasn't naked. I was fully clothed. 2 people were naked in a very small, like, hallway? What's that called?
Portal.
Door frame?
Yeah.
What's it called when there's no door in it?
A portal.
Okay. But they were standing there completely naked, and you made a line and you walked through them. And so you kind of had to touch them to walk through them. And I almost didn't do it. And then I thought, how often am I going to get the opportunity to walk through 2 naked people? And so I queued
think that's a different answer for everyone.
But fully clothed between two naked people.
Yep.
I feel like that's less
My
on the cards. But it was great because all of a sudden, when you got really close, you suddenly had to realise who you wanted to face and who was going to have your behind. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh shit!
Oh, because you just go squeeze between the two.
You
of them.
have to go sideways.
So you had to give someone your back and someone your front.
One bloke kind of like barged through them with his shoulders so that he wasn't sideways. He wasn't very
like
rude.
James Bonding it. Dun, 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 dun. You know?
No, he was more. It was like a very aggressive, like, poof, poof. Whereas everyone else kind of turned sideways. And then I decided, because I'm trying to be assertive, that I was going to look her in the eye. And then I got there and I couldn't look her in the eye. But I did say hello very awkwardly as I sidled through.
Hello.
Like in some ways, when someone's naked, the only place that feels safe to look is in the eyes. Like when someone's breastfeeding, you're very much like, eye contact now. This is the only safe place.
Dave, do you want to pick a card?
Yeah, I'll throw in one.
Oh, okay.
Right in the middle.
Do you really want to go here?
Birmingham.
Do you really want to go here? Yeah, I do. No, just read it.
Sketch the course of 3 previous relationships you've had.
This one won't make the edit.
This one won't make the...
Eventually.
Well, that's a wrap.
I've got a riddle for us to close on if you want.
Excellent.
I love closing on riddles. I enjoyed that last time. I kind of ruined it last time. This time I won't ruin it. Oh, God, that's all right.
I don't remember you ruining it.
Good.
So, I'm not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I?
Is this the one you told me the other day? Because I can't remember the answer.
And water kills me.
So, have I ever heard it before?
I mean, something that grows, but...
Can you say it again, please?
You're fire.
My boy.
Can you say it again?
I'm not alive, but I grow. I have lungs, but I do not have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me.
Roy.
Roy.
That's what you know.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Roy.
R.I.P. Roy.
Hey guys,
bye everybody.
Bye. See you in another few months.
If you're having an existential crisis, this podcast might be for you. It's quite distracting. As I understand, it's gonna be pretty good, like chocolate. Pollywoo. Fuck yeah.